Offsiders, welcome to another episode of Offside Talk, where we bring you entertainment when the world is boring. We've got a couple more segments for you today. I am your host, Emin, as always, with my co-hosts, Fatih.
What up?
And Omer. And like I said, we're going to keep you guys entertained today. Last week, thank you very much for the guys who sent us comments about our trivia. There was an overwhelmingly positive response to it. Today we're doing something a little bit different with Fatih's segment, and we'll have another trivia for you today as well.
What's your trivia based on Ems?
I've got a World Cup trivia for us. It's a little bit different. We could have done Euro or something like that, but I wanted to do something World Cup, and yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll get to a Euro one or Europa League. We can even talk about what's the Auburn FC or something like that. So I'm pretty sure we've got plenty of trivias that will come past everyone.
Lots of trivia, and some of the responses we got last week, Fats, was it's interesting because people are learning things from these. So when we're doing these, guys, add up your points. Add yourself up. Be honest with it. Tell us how you went with the trivia, and maybe we'll give you a shout out via our Instagram page.
All right, awesome. So let's move on to my little segment. It's called Who Would You Rather? Now, it's more of a sexual term mostly, but it's more of a trivia that's based on, not trivia, but more just want to get a bit of an insight onto what players you guys would pick out of two specific players, both players at their peak. So I can give player A, player B, one played 40 years apart between each other, but you pick the best player that you would want in your team. We're not necessarily building a team, just which player you'd prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right, boys. All right, we'll start off with more of a midfielder type of question. So the first one is, would you rather have Andre Pirlo or would you rather have Xavi?
Oh, Xavi.
You rather have Xavi?
Yeah, Xavi.
Xavi?
Yeah.
Oh, similar answer from you boys for a first up one. If I had to choose, I'll just participate. Why not? Part of it, I think I would lean towards Pirlo. I asked.
Ooh,
I asked myself. I said Pirlo only because, look, they're both great. I don't want to even get into it. Whatever their answers is, you look between Xavi and Pirlo, they're just great as it is. This one's a more harder one for, say, not a harder, but I think I know which one you guys would prefer. But it's a Liverpool-based question in my opinion. Would you rather have Fernando Torres at his prime or Luis Suarez at his prime?
Suarez.
Yeah, I'll probably give you the three there with the Suarez. Would you rather have Neymar or Sadio Mane?
Fuck.
Ooh, good question.
Now, we do know that Neymar at his prime is an absolutely amazing player, but Sadio Mane, we're starting to see, I think, in my opinion, one of his prime sort of...
He's the best player in the league at the moment.
One of the best players, yeah, 100%. But not even in the league, I think, yeah, in the world, 100%. So, Neymar or Sadio Mane?
I'm going to stay loyal to Liverpool. I'm going to say Mane.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Mane?
He rolls around less.
To be honest, look, when
not a bitch.
when Neymar's not rolling, he's just
He's
absolutely
good.
phenomenal.
No doubt.
He's
just
a player too.
We're going to have people hating us for that answer, but...
Oh, probably. I guarantee you'll probably hate it along the line.
Fucks, really.
Fair
But
enough.
everyone's entitled to what they think, but...
Yeah.
Again, we're trying...
Neymar's a mad player, obviously. No question about that, but... He's too much of a fucking princess. And I can't hack that in football.
Oh, look, he can be a princess,
and
but again, we're trying to determine their best player.
Yeah.
As in,
He comes with a lot of baggage, though, Neymar. Like, there's a big attitude about him. We saw it with even him at PSG.
He tried to fucking force a move back to Barca at one stage.
I think he's still trying to force that move, but... All right,
well, he probably still is, because he's probably realised how shit the fucking French league is anyway.
He's guaranteed a trophy pretty much every year.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, boys. Another hard one in my opinion. So Virgil van Dijk or Nemanja Vidic. If I gave my answer on this, obviously I would definitely go Vidic.
Yeah.
But I would like to hear you guys answer.
I'm gonna. I'll probably say Vidic for now because he's played longer in the Premier League anyway compared to Van Dijk. I love Van Dijk.
Oh, look, it doesn't matter whether they played 30 minutes or thing. It's just at his peak.
I don't think.
Regardless
I
of
don't
what
think
team
Van
he is.
Dijk has hit his peak yet. To be honest,
Well,
Yes.
his peak is currently. I think his peak was last year. In my opinion, this year he's still a great
He
player.
needs
But
someone
when
with
he
him.
went, what was it, 55 games or something like that, without being passed or someone dribbling
Yeah.
past him, I think that would be considered his peak at the moment. But Vidic would be very high
I'd
up
have
there
to
at the
go
moment.
with Vidic as well.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Okay.
Piss me
Look,
off,
again, for all the Liverpool supporters that do listen to us, in my opinion, don't kill me. I think Van Dijk will be an amazing player in the future. Another hard one in my opinion. Frank Lampard or Paul Scholes?
Lampard.
It is a hard one.
I'll wait for you to answer, Ames.
I'm gonna say Lampard.
Some people are just indecisive. What is it?
Lampard.
Yeah, Lampard. Look, as a Chelsea fan, I'll probably shock you all. I'm going Paul Scholes in this one.
Why?
Look, Frank Lampard on paper is an amazing player. On paper, he scored more goals, more assists. Paul Scholes was just, if you just watch him the way he played, he doesn't need the numbers on paper, but when you actually watched him play, he was more of a complete player. Just so much more complete. Many players have actually come out and stated that Paul Scholes was one of the greatest players of all time, and on that list is some heavy names, including, I think it was Xavi, Zidane, and Pirlo. So I think Paul Scholes, for me, as much as I love Frank Lampard. Sorry. Another hard one in my opinion. Zinedine Zidane or Ronaldinho?
Ronaldinho.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ronaldinho.
I'll ask you both questions. Why?
The entertainment aspect of it. I'm not taking anything away from Zidane. He was amazing, but with Ronaldinho, you just got entertainment.
Like
The fancy tricks, the flicks, like
the goal would make you want to flop your dick and have a bat because he was that exciting to watch.
that's only for him, not me.
Me, who cares?
I'll probably look. I agree with the entertainment factor. I'll probably go more towards Zinedine Zidane. Only
so,
just
anyway.
more of a pro, just a better footballer. I like just at his peak. He was consistent for pretty much all of time. But we'll move on.
Unless he was headbutting you, but
Unless it was,
You
hey,
know what? It was worth it. That was his last game. Who gives a shit?
he said
He was talking about his sister, didn't he, or something?
I think he called his sister something of a whore. I think I can't remember what it was.
Fuck, if it's your last game, fucking why not? Who
depends
cares?
what kind of whore he called her.
Oh look, at the end of the day, it was a red card in a World Cup final, so I think he should have headbutted him maybe after the match, so he can win it and then headbutt him. But we're not provoking it. We're not condoning any violence here on Offside Talk.
Unless it's your last game.
unless it's your last game. All right, moving on. Eden Hazard or Mohamed Salah?
Hazard.
It depends. Is it Hazard at Real Madrid? Because that's rubbish.
I said
Bro,
I said Hazard at his peak.
Hazard.
Hazard, yeah, I would definitely go Hazard. I think Mo Salah still has a bit to go, but you really can't put away the amount of goals. He does lead the all-time score, like most goals in a season. So, but I do lean to Eden Hazard. John Terry or Rio Ferdinand?
I thought you were going to put John Terry up against Van Dijk there, but
It's too easy.
fucking hell. John Terry or did you say Ferdinand?
Or Rio Ferdinand, yes. Now, them three, in my opinion, is the three golden.
Ferdinand, the fuckwit.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with Terry. I want to say Terry.
Yeah, Terry for me. I think is one of the greatest CBs of all time, pretty much. So, but let's move
You
on.
just can't be too close to him. While sleeping with misses.
Well, that one got me off guard.
We'll move on. Goalkeeper wise, we're hitting the goalkeeper aspect. Van der Sar or Peter Schmeichel?
Schmeichel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Michael.
I'll probably go Schmeichel as well, considering what he's done. Now the all-time question.
Oh, no.
We're
I don't know
gonna
my answer.
you gotta. I'm giving you. You know what? I'm gonna delay that one, but it's coming up. Okay, so have a think about it. Okay, for the people at home, for these two gentlemen right here to think about it. The last question of the day will be either Cristiano Ronaldo or myself. No, or Lionel Messi. Okay, so that's the last one. I would like an answer quickly on that one if possible. All right, moving on to that one. Buffon or Casillas?
I like Buffon.
I would say Casillas.
I'll probably go with Casillas on this one as well, only with just what he's done and what he's won. Simple as that.
Yeah.
The World Cups and the Euros, he
won.
played a massive factor, especially in the penalty shootouts. I would go Casillas on this one. Another all-time question, actually. Pele or Maradona?
Pele for me.
I'm going to say Maradona.
You gonna say Maradona? Okay. I'll probably lean towards Pele more, only with what he's won and the World Cups and everything that's involved. So he played a major factor in, I think, one of them, to be honest. Now, this is a hard one, in my opinion. When I put this together myself, even I struggled when I was writing the words out. Lewandowski or Aguero?
Aguero. Plays EPL. I think his stats are even better. Just off the top of my head. Yeah.
I would love to see him in the Premier League, Lewandowski. See what I can actually do. He's a fucking mad player, but I don't know. Yeah, probably lean towards Aguero.
I was leaning towards Aguero myself. So just with what he's able to accomplish, I agree with that. Look, we don't benchmark the Premier League at the end of the day, considering
Well, it's the best league in the world, man.
it's the best league. It's the most entertaining league, in my opinion, not the best league in the world.
is.
Considering many teams have beaten English teams in the
Doesn't
Champions
necessarily
League
mean
many
that
times. So
doesn't mean their league's better.
I know I don't agree with when I say better. I refer to the players and the teams that are available. Obviously, like we do have the big six themselves, but the big six have always fallen under Barcelona and Real Madrid when the times have come. So that's just
Not as of recent.
in the last 2 years you lost to one.
So what? Doesn't matter.
All right, another one. This one probably more leaning towards you guys. Steven Gerrard or Clarence Seedorf? Now, I know you guys are
I'd say
very
Gerrard.
faithful.
Gerard's a legend.
Yeah, you guys are very
So-
faithful too. I'm not going to
Seedorf
answer.
was mad as well.
So you're going Gerrard, Gnomes?
Gerard
Yeah,
for me too.
Sticking to the G himself. All right, one to piss off Omer.
What about you?
What about me on that one? I will probably lean towards Gerrard, only with what he's been able to, I think accomplish is the wrong word, what he's been able to do for his team.
Yeah.
I know the trophy aspect has probably eluded him quite often throughout his team, and
that's not
Seedorf
his
has
fault.
won it a lot.
Yeah, that's
But-
not his fault too.
But at the end of the day, he always tried to perform at his best, and I'm not taking anything away from Seedorf here, but I just lean towards Mr. G himself, Stevie G. All right, boys, Alisson or De Gea?
Alisson.
De Gea.
De Gea, any day of the week. Alisson hasn't even peaked. To be honest, I'll ask you a question. What has Alisson actually done?
I still don't.
But we're not talking about team here. We're talking
I
about.
love the way he distributes the ball. Like, he's a mad keeper for me.
But he's done that 1 year,
Who?
Alisson.
2 years.
2 years. De Gea's been doing this for nearly 5 to 10 years.
Well, but it's just the way he distributes the ball as well. Like he'll get the ball 2 seconds. He's offloaded. The team's on the counter attack.
De Gea's done that many times.
Nah, I prefer I don't care. I prefer Alisson, to be honest.
Fair enough. Mbappe or Cavani?
Mbappe. Oh.
At peaks.
They're at their peaks. I would say Mbappe would
Has
have
Mbappe peaked?
not peak, but I'm
Still-
pretty
he's
sure
still
he's
Pogba,
got
he's
he's
still
had
got- He's still
Oh,
got time.
he's still got
He's still
time,
got
but
plenty of time.
Look, I'm going to say Mbappe. You know why? You've won a World Cup at 18.
and he played a massive factor in that.
Yeah,
He played
exactly.
a massive factor. So
Yeah,
Look,
that's-
not taking anything away from Cavani. It's
I
just,
love Cavani too.
yeah, I don't think Mbappe has peaked and he's already achieved the World Cup. You know, he's got titles with PSG.
I
I
want
know.
to see him out of that
I want
shit
to.
league.
I want to see him at a big club.
He will go. He wants to stay at PSG.
Yeah, Barcelona looks like they want him.
who's this? Mbappe.
Mbappe.
I would lean towards Real Madrid if he was going to go.
Real
some-
Madrid, you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, he'll go. Yeah, he'll go there because he loves Ronaldo.
Not only that, he just suits the Real Madrid style. He doesn't seem the tiki taka type of Barcelona type of player where It's like,
He
okay,
just needs a
and-
ball. He just needs a ball
Correct,
thrown
yeah.
at him.
which sort of it reminds me of more of a
He needs
Ronaldo-esque
to run
type of
onto
player.
He
So-
needs to run onto the ball for him to do damage, to
Yeah.
be honest.
All right, we're going to Galatasaray world here.
Oh, yeah.
Tafarel or Muslera?
Oh.
We've had 3 good keepers, but Mondragon too.
Mondragon, but I think these two
But they've
are on a
they've-
different level
yeah.
at the moment. With Muslera, what he's done for the
I wouldn't
team,
say-
and with Tafarel, what he's done previously.
It's a very hard one because you go Tafarel has won what UEFA Cup, but you can't rob Muslera of the last 6-7 years. Look, in my memory,
But two
obviously
different
Muslera.
teams.
Yeah, yeah,
The team back then had heart.
and that's why it makes Muslera all the more essential right now to having goals. We don't have a defense. A lot of games we have Muslera. I'm gonna go Muslera. Only because he's fresher in my memory. Tafarel, yeah, always a
Been long
legend.
time.
Always a legend.
I'm gonna say Tafarel.
You going Tafarel? Okay. I'll lean towards Muslera on this one, only because I know what the
watched him
UEFA
more.
Cup and
Yeah.
Tafarel more. But Muslera, I think in bad times he stepped up, and I think that's where his massive performances have come through for Galatasaray. In times where Galatasaray could have been absolutely demolished by certain teams, he's
Oh, yeah,
actually
for
stayed
sure.
there and absolutely killed it for the team. So I'm going to throw one. This one's a bit of a ballpark sort of one, but you would make, if you hopefully you would understand where this question is coming from. Jordan Henderson or Michael Carrick?
Henderson.
I went with these two players because they're very
Very
big
similar.
underdogs in teams, and they're not considered.
They're not skillful at all.
Yeah,
They weren't skillful. They're not. Are they? Is he? Why are you laughing? Are they skillful players?
I wouldn't say they're
Like,
unskilled.
Because they're midfielders. They're midfielders.
I don't know. I wouldn't say they're unskilled.
Like,
I'll leave this one for you two to discuss.
We all know how much Holmes loves Henderson.
I'm gonna. Oh, I'll probably say Henderson.
So are you both going Henderson?
Yeah.
I'm going Michael Carrick. Only from the sense of
That one.
not the shit that
And-
everyone. If you actually watched
Like he's a good.
Michael Carrick and what he actually did for
Actually-
Manchester United, you would go.
Wow.
He's like a ninja just sitting in the forest.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for that
Oh.
element, and his ball distribution, his everything was just amazing. Now, I personally think Jordan Henderson is skillful, okay, but from a sense of if I was comparing him to Michael Carrick, it's just Michael Carrick just had the ball distribution, the running of the team, and at the time it was just he was literally like a dark horse in a team that you didn't know he was there half the time, but he was the running the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very
I see that in Henderson too. I mean, we've had a couple of games this year where we needed that one goal, and he just played that simple pass. I think it was to Firmino in one of them, where Salah was trying all this fancy stuff. So I think Henderson steps up when he needs to. His leadership can't be questioned at all, on and off the pitch.
Well, when he was benched, you saw how many times.
Well, the
Liverpool
last
needed
few
him.
games
but when he
that
came
we
back,
haven't had
didn't
him.
change as well. Like everyone's saying, "Oh, we need Henderson back." When he came back, nothing changed.
But at the end, though, you look at the way he runs the team.
Look, I'm not saying anything about his leadership. I don't question that. I'm just saying we need to find event like sooner rather than later, proper midfield. 'Cause
Someone
we
who's-
don't- we
someone
don't-
who's
we don't
skilled.
we don't have proper mid. We need someone that's more skillful in midfield.
So you're saying
You can't be that deluded to not think that you can be happy. You can stay content with that midfield at the moment.
so
Like we're doing good. No, obviously we're doing mad, but you need to do better. You need to think about ahead.
So just on record, do you think Liverpool should that this coming transfer window, Liverpool should replace Henderson?
They need to get a midfielder. Yeah,
What kind of midfield are you thinking? You thinking someone who can run the ball, or are you looking for a ball distributor? What do you think?
To run and distribute, because I'm freaking. What's his name? Cater. He hasn't lived up to his expectation, to be honest. And I don't know if they'll I'm sure he'll stay as a season. Hopefully he lifts after all this shit's over. If he doesn't lift, we'll need to bring in someone.
So you're saying Liverpool should replace Henderson?
They need to bring someone to eventually.
No, I'm saying
replace him.
this coming transfer window. Who do you have in your? You got your 3 midfielders, yeah? You got.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you got Fabinho.
He's centre defense. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Fabinho. And then who else would you have on the other 2?
Depends who's available.
Who in your current
No,
team?
in the current team.
In the current team.
On the current team.
Put one of them
What's-
Henderson. Who's the other person? Wijnaldum?
Okay, like
Cater?
you got Wijnaldum. Like I'll probably go for Wijnaldum.
Okay, so you
Because
want
he's more. He's been more obviously way more consistent. Cater. Cater's but he's got all the potential to do shit. Like he can just rip holes through the midfield.
so you got Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Henderson.
Mm.
So who are you replacing?
I'll probably replace Henderson.
So you're saying you would replace Henderson?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would you replace him with? Please don't say Adam Troy. Please don't say.
No,
that's
that,
right.
no,
I know,
that's
but
for
I'm just saying. I
Salah.
don't care. Just don't.
That's for
Or
Salah.
with anyone.
Hmm?
Bro, you're sitting there talking shit, Salah. Fucking it's all leaking all over the internet. It's probably bullshit anyway. That
What?
Liverpool want Traore, or they're interested of whether they.
Yeah, I'd keep him
Regardless.
as a backup, but I wouldn't put
What
him
the
in.
fuck would you want him as a backup
I wouldn't put him in front of Salah on my
if he
team.
was to go?
If Salah was to go, yeah, you have no option. But I don't think
I'm not
Salah's
saying-
going.
I'm not saying for him to replace Salah. If Salah was to leave, I'd get him.
Yeah,
Would you?
probably. Or there's
But-
talks
but-
about Sterling. Could you play
He's not
Sterling on
coming
the
back.
right?
Fuck Sterling. I don't want him.
I would.
Fuck him.
Fuck, Sterling's a gun right
I
now.
don't give a shit. Would you take Coutinho? I wouldn't.
Fuck yeah, I would take
Nah, fuck
Coutinho.
him too. Bro, the way they left that club, fucking dead. The way they carried on leaving.
Would
that
you take
club-
Suarez?
No.
Why wouldn't you take Suarez?
Because the way they left the club.
He beat someone.
Why would I take him?
No, why wouldn't you take him?
They left. That's it. And fuck, he caused too much headache.
Oh, no,
And
not for,
I'm not saying he'll do it again.
Who's Suarez? I think
He can't,
Suarez
bro.
is matured, man. I don't
No,
think
but
he's, I don't think
30,
he's biting.
He's obviously after that. He's done before that too. The fucking retard. Fucking idiot. You gotta think long term. Like Suarez will only be if Suarez was to come back, it's only for a couple. It would only be for a couple seasons. You need someone long term.
True. I agree from that.
Would you take De Bruyne?
Yeah. He fucking dumb. Obviously. What kind of question is that?
I'm just
You take
asking.
De
I
Bruyne?
I don't know. Just asking.
So who would you replace Henderson with?
Well, can I pick anyone? Or
Pick anyone on
Anyone
earth.
in the
I'll give
world.
you that one. Pick anyone on earth that you want that would replace your current
I'll
Liverpool captain.
David Silva.
no fucking no.
He's too old, to be honest.
This is
If-
his
if
last
that
season
was-
anyway.
yeah,
He's gone.
If
Whether
he,
this
if
season
he
goes
was,
on.
I'm not answering that. I'm just going off his 11, man.
we're gonna kill you,
I
Emin.
said David Silva, you spastic.
Yeah, you said
sit
David
down.
Silva.
Oh, my bad.
Bernardo,
My bad.
I'll-
Anderson,
I'll-
Bernardo
I'll
Silva.
go
Where
with
would you go
Bernardo.
to?
Would you go Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, I would.
You would go Bernardo Silva.
And give the captaincy Van Dijk.
Give the captain. Look, captaincy to Van Dijk, I think is a.
And I'll bring in fucking Charles Soinger.
We're replacing Henderson.
Yeah, I don't know. I've answered that question.
So for Henderson, you'd bring in Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'll leave it at that.
No, no, thank you.
Going back to the last 2 questions, I should say, after that little rant. Didier Drogba or Alan Shearer?
Ooh. Look,
Fuck.
I haven't watched much Alan Shearer, I'll be honest.
No, he was good.
I'm not doubting it.
He's good.
He leads all the statistics, but I haven't watched much. Based on statistics, I'm going to go Alan Shearer.
I'll probably go Drogba.
I'm going Shearer. I know Drogba's probably one of the highest fan favourites that I have. Played for two of my
Both
favorite
top
teams.
clubs,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But yeah, Alan Shearer is just. I think he just was more of a complete striker. He went to Blackburn Rovers and Newcastle, and look what he's done for both teams when he was there. So he almost won I think he almost won the premiership for Newcastle. So I would have to put him up there for that one.
Didn't.
But he didn't. That's right. The team ended up flopping.
Obviously, you don't blame that on him, but
But he put his performances in and out every single time.
it's-
Mhm.
All right, boys. The big one. We're back to the formidable question. You know, people are arguing. How did the world start?
We're finally going to put an end to this question worldwide. Offside is doing it right here.
There's been many debates about everything across the world. How did the world start? Did the chicken come before the egg? But I think the biggest question out of all of them is
Did Ronaldo come before the chicken?
Did Ronaldo come before the egg? Who do we have? Do we have CR7 himself? Or do we go with the formidable the
Argentinian.
Spanish-based player currently with Lionel Messi, the Argentine favourite?
I think Omer and I have similar views on this, actually. Just from what I've had in conversation with him. I'm going to go Cristiano Ronaldo
same.
because he's achieved at so many different leagues, at so many different clubs, whereas Messi's been at Barcelona his whole career. He's got success with his international team, with Portugal.
And he's never sucked his way out to retirement. Dickhead.
There's that as well. But there was a quote today, actually, that I read on Instagram. I can't remember who it was by. It was like, a lot of people depend on great players around them to do great things, and Ronaldo only needs a ball. Where Messi's played with amazing players around him all his career, and he's achieved what he has. I think you can put Ronaldo into Auburn FC and he'll still shine. He's not someone who disappears in big games, who Messi's been criticised of.
Did you say put him into Auburn FC and he'll still shine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put Auburn FC with Ronaldo in it against Man United's first team and he'll still shine. Like, you can put him in any team and he's going to shine. Whereas Messi, we've seen, and this is stuff going on around the internet and some banter that in the national team he sort of disappears because he doesn't have that support around him. Whereas when Ronaldo doesn't have that support, he steps up, he becomes a leader, and he becomes that person that does something for the team. So I stand by what I always say, and I would say Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And if you look at statistics, I think he's got more golden boots in the Champions League than Messi does. Not by much, but he does. I don't know.
Overall, he's always he's there, from what they say, he's there before anyone at training. He's last to leave. He's always training after he leaves.
He has no friends because he goes home and trains.
Or for.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay your bills.
So,
but then he's always, the guy's about 35,
I think Ronaldo is close to 35 years.
34, 35, and he's still trying to better himself. Like don't get me wrong, Messi's amazing too, and I hate him. But I just find
That's
like
not
I said,
unbiased.
he's never, even for Argentina, bro. That team has the players to do a lot of stuff.
yeah,
a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But he can't show off internationally. Had a sook, retired, came back. Ronaldo's again. He's done everything at every club he's gone to, and he's still achieving. At the age of 34, 100 mil he got transferred for. I know, and it is business, because Juventus made that money back within not even a week, if I'm not wrong.
I think that's all media hearsay. I think they would have taken them a bit longer on that.
What?
I think
Regardless, they would have made their money, bro. You know me.
they would have made their money back now.
Even kids here wearing Ronaldo shirts, and they don't go for Juventus.
It's true.
This is
He
Ronaldo.
does have a massive brand behind him
He's
as
got
well.
a
So
massive brand, and like I said,
But I think as a person, he's amazing as well. I mean,
Well,
with all the stuff going around the world, he's building hospitals. Like,
don't worry, look, but yeah,
this is solely
this is
based
the
on football in his
side.
performance as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, look,
But
both
he's-
players do it. So
yeah.
so you're both going Ronaldo.
Yeah.
For me, it's more I think they've both reached a point where they've peaked, where one player was that great one season, then the other one topped him, then the other one topped. It was just going back and forth. I would never say Ronaldo is better than Messi or Messi is better than Ronaldo, because it comes to a point where, okay, Messi scored 91 goals or 90 plus goals in a season. Ronaldo hasn't achieved that. And that we're talking about it from an individual scale. But then we go, okay, Ronaldo's been more influential in every team that he went to. Whether you talk about Manchester United and you talk about Real Madrid, he's even just the reason why Juventus himself signed him to get that more influential aspect to the team. But then we look at Messi and we go, okay, Messi had only achieved it at Barcelona, but constantly beat Ronaldo's team, whether it's Manchester United or whether it's Real Madrid, or he's constantly done it to every English team that's pretty much come across his way. He's done, like, we can say, okay, he's based in Spain, but he's beat every other major team that's come along with it. And we go, and then the fact of which what you said was, Ems, that he works on the players around him. I agree. Back in the days, he used to work on with Xavi, Iniesta, and all that stuff. But then they left, and he still shined. He still became an amazing player. Ronaldo, I agree with you from an aspect of he just needs a ball and he'll take care of everything himself. Messi's done that as well. Like, if you look at some of the greatest goals in history, he starts the ball from the halfway line, passes everyone, runs around the keeper, pretty much high fives everyone in the stands, and then scores the goal. So for me, it's everyone's arguing that fact. It's just more, I think that they are so good that you can't compare them. I agree that Messi has more flopped from a national perspective, and that Ronaldo has won the Euros and the new league, the Nations League. Okay, so he's got that under his belt. But then we look at Messi and go, okay, what has this guy actually achieved for the team? Look where he's put Barcelona. You know, Barcelona for a long period of time wasn't like a great team. They needed someone to full step up, and it was this 16, 17-year-old that came on and changed the course of football forever. I can't sit here and go, okay, one of these two is the best. I think they are the greatest players of all time.
Yeah,
above Pele, Maradona. I don't think there's anyone. I think there was a saying that I heard: every player is from Earth, but these two are from a different universe. It's from something like that. So, and I agree with that. I think Ronaldo and Messi is just a completely. There's not even a word for it. They're that good that we should just be blessed to be watching two players like that. And yes, there will be greater players coming in the future, but how often do you hear two players this great fighting for it? Exactly. So, my answer is all. But I agree.
Obviously Ronaldo has been more influential at every team he's gone to, as well as national. And just that's the reason I'm picking him, because he has the influence that every team has gone to. His national team, he's even coached his national team when he got injured. Yeah, the effort that he put in when he was casted on the bench. I've never seen anyone do it. I haven't seen anyone do that. Get off the bench, scream at his plays, dude. That's passion. That's football. And that's what you want to see in football. Well, you heard it here first. Ronaldo's going to manage Real Madrid in the near future. He's going to be the greatest manager of all time. So watch out, Pep. But yeah, that was it, boys. That was what you got, or who would you rather. So, thank you for participating. We're going to move on to Emin's little segment here.
Yeah, thanks, Fats. That was fun to play.
That was fun. I like that.
So World Cup trivia, you said?
Yep, World Cup trivia. Let's do it.
Done.
All right, guys. Time for my trivia. It's based on World Cup. It's the whole history of World Cup. I'm going to use the same pointing system that Fatih used last week. So it's 5 points if you get it by yourself. It's 3 points if you answer it first and the second person answers it. And it's 1 point if you answered it second and you got it correctly. There are 2 bonus questions. The bonus questions are going to give you 5 points each. So question 1 and question 2, off the top of my head, have bonus questions. Question 1 and question 2, there is 10 points up for grabs.
10 points?
Yeah, I want to get to a quick start so that it gets a little bit exciting if there's a catch-up towards the end of the game. If I have to be honest, I think that this quiz is quite easy. I don't think it's that hard, we'll see how you guys...
With 0 points.
We'll see how you guys go. So the first question, boys. The first ever World Cup was held in 1930. Who hosted the first ever World Cup? Is it A, England, B, Brazil, C, Uruguay, or D, Paraguay?
C.
Fatih has gone C.
C.
That is Uruguay, just to confirm, Fatih.
That is you are gay, yep.
Ooh, that's racist.
I said C.
You said C?
Yeah.
So Fatih got him first?
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fatih is correct. He'll get 3 points. Umar getting the one. The first World
Stop
Cup
the game,
was
sir.
held
I've already
in
won.
Uruguay. For your bonus question,
Ooh.
Fatih, who won the first ever World Cup?
Uruguay.
Well done. That is 10 points for Fatih.
Boo, 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 boo.
Oh, sorry, that's another 5 points. So you're on 8. So it's 8-1 at the moment.
Let's
Second
go, boys.
question.
Quick maths.
Which year was the first time the World Cup was hosted across 2 nations? Was it A, 1986, B, 1994, C, 1998, D, 2002?
2002.
Yeah, I'm going D.
That is correct for Omer. So Omer gets his 3 points, followed by Fatih, who gets his 1. For your bonus point, Fats, what were... Oh, sorry, Ohms.
Korea, Japan.
Well done. Nice work.
Which Korea,
I told you it's easy.
It's North Korea, man.
Shout out Kim Jong-un.
Number 3. England has won the World Cup how many times? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4?
1.
Yeah, 1.
That is correct. Wow, boys, you guys are on a roll here. Woo! Fatih on 3. Umar gets the 1 point.
Who won that?
The bonus.
Who won that? Brazil.
Number 4. Who is the all-time top goal scorer in the World Cup? Is it A, Ronaldo, B, Miroslav Klose, C, Pele, D, Thomas Muller?
B. Klose. Miroslav Klose.
Yeah. I'll go Klose.
Fatih is correct again.
Copy my answers, bro.
3 points. And Umar gets 1. Just a quick tally of the points. Fatih is on 15 and Umar is on 11.
Still below me.
Oh, wow. Number 5. The fastest goal ever scored in the World Cup was scored in 10.89 seconds by Hakan Şükür. Who did he score the goal against? Is it A, Senegal, B, Japan, C, South Korea, D, Brazil?
C.
South Korea.
Woo, Fatih got him first.
Fuck.
Fatih
I was going to
gets
say
a 3.
I don't know it's South.
I'm going to elaborate on the country here.
Fucking angry
South
with it.
Korea.
And 1.
Alright.
So all the questions so far, guys, have been answered correctly. Number 6. Australia has qualified for the World Cup how many times? A, 4, B, 5, C, 6, D, 8.
6?
Umar has gone with 6.
I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure
4.
that's wrong.
Fatih has gone 4, and you are both incorrect.
5.
Fucking hell.
It is 5.
Fuck.
Right in the middle of both of you, 5.
She said.
Damn it.
Number 7. Who is Australia's all-time top goal scorer in the World Cup? Is it A, Tim Cahill, B, Harry Kewell, C, Mile Jedinak, sorry, John Aloisi?
A.
Hey.
You're both right. How many goals did they score?
Fuck, I don't know.
Do you know?
Tim Cahill.
Tim Cahill.
Like in the World Cup or group stage as well?
In the World
The
Cup
whole thing,
finals.
isn't it?
Finals.
Oh,
Just off the top
Did
of
you
your
write
head.
it?
Yeah.
Or did you write the answer?
Yeah, I've got the answer.
Make a multiple choice.
Just go off the top. This is not for any extra
7?
points, so
10?
he's got 5, so Fatih
5,
pretty close
fucking
there. Number
It's
8.
not much.
I'll take anything.
Indonesia is the team to play the least amount of games in the World Cup finals.
Oh, really? Oh, surprise.
How many games have they played? A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, D, 4.
4?
C.
So Fatih has gone with 3 and Omer has gone with 4. They played 1 game.
Really?
So in
They played 1 game in the World Cup?
yeah, I think the setup was different there. So in 1938, they lost 6-0 to Hungary, and they were eliminated. So they've only ever played 1 game in the World Cup finals.
At least they got a participation award.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Number 9. The biggest win in the World Cup finals has been achieved with the same goal difference 3 times in history. What was the goal difference? Is it A, 8 goals, B, 9 goals, C, 10 goals, or D, 31 goals?
In a World Cup, what?
In the World Cup finals.
Oh.
You said 9, 10, 11,
So
31.
8, 9, 10,
8, 9,
31.
8, 9, 10, 31.
Yep.
I'm going to go 9.
I'm going to say 10.
Fatih's gone 9.
Yep.
Omer's gone 10. It is 9.
Boo!
Who's that to?
No idea.
The biggest ever win in a World Cup final in history has been 3 times. So Hungary beat South Korea 9-0. Yugoslavia beat Zaire, I don't even know that country, 9-0. And Hungary again beat El Salvador 10-1. So all 3 times there was a 9 goal difference.
Well,
They shouldn't let those countries even participate.
I don't know if those countries exist anymore. I mean, I've never heard of Zaire. I know Yugoslavia is no
Zaire
longer.
an African country.
Is it?
Yeah,
They exist?
I believe so.
Okay. Who is hosting the 2022 World Cup? Easy one for you boys to end it off here, the 10th question. Is it A, Egypt, B, United Arab Emirates, C, Saudi Arabia, or D, Qatar?
Indeed.
Omer gets it this time. And
who's
that
hosting
it? And who's hosting it?
And what year is it?
And that is the end of the trivia for World Cup. Quite an easy one for us here. And the scores are in, boys. I have to say that I am pretty impressed with how you guys did. I knew it was an easy one, but I didn't think it was going to be that easy for you. Unfortunately, we've got one person losing here, and it's starting to become a trend. Fatih winning the trivia 26-18. Congratulations, Fatih, who is starting to become pretty confident in these trivias. So, congratulations, Fats.
Thank you very much.
That is all from us this week at Offside Talk. Right here, here is our social media links. So if you guys please follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube, please, and across all social media that we've got written down. Links will also be provided in the description. Until next time, guys, stay offside.
Thank you very much for listening.